Hello and welcome to another episode here at Big Man in the Woods. My name's Mark, helping you have a better time while camping. So, 5 items you should not scrimp and save on your next camping trip. So if you're a bit of a budgeter like me and you don't want to spend a lot of money, yeah, I get that. Camping equipment can be expensive, but here are my 5 things that you should spend a little bit of money on and not scrimp and save and get the cheapest things, yeah? Because it can ruin your whole camping holiday. Believe me, because I've been there. So let's find out. The first one is a decent tent. You've had the idea of going camping. You've suggested it to your family, your kids, you're loving it, but now you've got to start spending and buying that equipment. And the first thing that you're going to need, obviously, is a tent. Now, we know that lots of supermarkets sell them. They're probably going cheap at the moment, and they're on sale, and then you buy it, and then you put it up in your garden, and it's not as big as it is, and it's only single skin, so it's going to get condensation. It's flammable. It's the tent poles aren't as durable and they snap, that kind of thing. I've been there, I've done it. My first tent was one from a supermarket. It was like 20 quid or whatever. It did me okay for a year, and that's it. Yeah, you got to start waterproofing it every kind of year. It's just tricky, isn't it? It's about your budget. I understand about your budget, but you want to buy a decent quality tent, so you're not going to keep replacing it every single year. Those tent poles aren't going to snap, and it's waterproof. Yeah, you might need to reproof it every 5-6 years or so. Other thing, sleeping. We love sleeping and going camping, sleeping under the stars or whatever. The birds come out, it's quite bright in the morning, so you need to have a good quality sleep. I've done it many times on scout camp where I've forgotten my pillow, or I thought I packed my sleeping bag and the whole of my weekend has been ruined. Yeah, so a few things to consider on your sleeping subject, shall we call it, is getting a pillow, whether that's one that you bring on from home, or one I've got is a blow up one and I stuff that in my sleeping bag. So getting a pillow, you need to bring it. Bonus tip, actually, a scout leader hack here: if you forget your pillow with your sleeping bag, get the duffel bag, the grab bag, and put a jumper or a coat or whatever, and that can double up as your makeshift pillow. Because yeah, having no pillow, it's horrible. Talking about that sleeping bag, make sure you have a decent sleeping bag. You can get those ones like 2 for 20 quid or whatever. They're absolutely rubbish. They're really thin. They don't keep you warm. And if you're cold at night, it's just absolutely horrible. So just invest a bit of money on a sleeping bag. Then we got to think about, do you get a sleeping mat, a self-inflating mat, a SAM, or do you get a bed? I have the world's best bed from Decathlon. I love it. I always take it when I go camping. Just have a good night's sleep. I'm getting older now, dodgy back, but yeah, if you want a good bed, check out that vlog up there about a really good, decent bed. So a bed isn't a necessity, I wouldn't say that, but if you're getting old a bit like me and you got a bad back, having a bed at camping, it's beautiful. It will make or break your weekend. So yeah, having sleeping, so a good quality sleeping bag, a pillow, and maybe invest in a bed or a decent self-inflating mattress. Something you might not consider that's going to make or break your camping trip, but get it a decent torch. Whether you get a headlight or a torch or whatever, you can buy them from the supermarket for next to nothing, but they're not that very, this one is a good quality brand, but the ones in the supermarket are really cheap and cheerful. You want to be going to the toilet block at midnight knowing you've got a decent light, and the one is in the supermarket, the £1, £2 ones aren't going to light up. They run out all your batteries, they just soak it up, and yeah, it's just a torch. But you want something that that you can rely on, yeah? So when you get this out your camping bag, a torch is going to work, it's going to be bright, it's going to be effective, and maybe consider having one with a red light, so when you're sitting around the campfire, it's not dazzling people with that light. So think about getting a decent torch. It doesn't need to be well, there's not hundreds, but you can pay hundreds for a torch, should I say. But look for one for £10, £15, £20 max. That's what I would say. Invest some money in a good torch. Now, did you know you can really ruin someone's camping weekend by sitting in their camping chair around the campfire? No, I didn't know that before I became a scout leader and going on scout camp, and there's a chair around the campfire. You dive in with your cuppa, and massive explosion because you've sat in Arcala's camping chair. I didn't know that, but yeah, little tip there for you. No, seriously, a camping chair, love it. You know, you can get some really good quality ones. I've got a selection, a whole load of different brands on camping chairs here. You can get camping chairs at the supermarket. They're going to be good, but just remember, if you buy cheap, you're going to buy twice, because they're going to rip. They're not the best durability. These ones here last me a couple of years. We now use them in the garden and they ripped. The kids jump in them or whatever. But getting a good quality camping chair just so you can relax. That's why you're going on holiday, isn't it? Camping holiday is to have a nice time, relax from all the wonders of the world and work and stuff, and just sitting down on a makeshift little stool that's not really comfortable. It's going to kind of ruin your camping weekend as well, isn't it? So invest in a nice quality camping chair. I've seen some amazing ones, big like oyster shells and double chairs and stuff like that, and blow up ones or whatever. Again, it's all about your budget, but for me, resting my backside is quite important on a camping weekend. And my final point is these bad boys. Shoes. I didn't know much about boots. You just walk into a store, grab some. What's my budget? 50 quid. We'll grab those. But over the years, being in Scouts, I've used quite a lot of boots, and I've realised that that's where you need to spend a bit of money. A decent tent and decent shoes. If you get wet shoes, they're not waterproof. That's it. Your weekend is ruined. So think about how much budget you're going to get, how much you're going to divide it into those different subjects, whether you're going to get a decent tent, a chair, a torch, a camping chair, whatever. Put quite a bit of that extra pot into a decent pair of shoes. You can spend hundreds. You can literally spend hundreds. You don't need to spend hundreds. What you do need to do is get a decent quality that you can rely on. And even if you do have to reseal it, you can get, re-waterproofing spray for your shoes. You can do that every year before your camping season. Spray your shoes and keep them nice and waterproof and stuff like that. But if you're going to get cheap ones, you're going to be using a lot of this, and then it doesn't work over a while. Getting decent quality boots, you know that the seals aren't going to break, the water isn't going to be here. These are tough boots. And it's well worth spending out a little bit of extra money on getting some decent footwear. So consider that as one of your highest points on things that you should buy while going camping. Decent footwear. Don't wear flip-flops around the campsite. I've seen so many injuries, people stubbing their toes on the wood around the campfire, tripping over. Footwear is a necessity while going camping. Not talking about hiking, that's a different subject. We might do that in a future vlog. But there you go, guys. My 5 things that you shouldn't scrimp and scrave on. Spend a bit more of your budget on those 5 items and you'll have a great camping trip, I guarantee. Until next time, guys, take care. Subscribe to Big Man in the Woods and watch this vlog here about 5 things you should consider before going camping. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye-bye.